Hello, welcome to Mountain Coffee Outdoors. I wanted to share some thoughts about this Yugoslavian army mess kit, or I guess it's Yugoslavian, Serbian, something like that. Apparently the Serbs kind of dominated the military or something, I don't know. These mess kits are a pretty popular surplus item. You see them, a lot of catalogs on eBay, such like that. Well, this mess kit comes in this canvas pouch. It has belt loops on the back. It seems like kind of a silly addition in my opinion, because I don't think you'd want to hang this off your belt. If you did, I'm not sure these would hold up terribly well. At least not some real wear and tear. They're not bad by any means. It has this little clasp that holds it open, kind of an interesting design. Then out comes the mess kit unit. And then in the side there's a little pouch where there is a cutlery set. This cutlery set is really pretty good. I mean, it's really beefy construction, steel. It all kind of folds together. And in this you have a really nice sized spoon, a fork, and then there's like a butter knife in here, which is actually, has just a little bit of an edge on it. And in the handle there is a bottle opener, also a can opener. So this is actually a pretty useful knife. Now, one thing that these kits are kind of notorious for is how well they snap together pretty tightly. You have to get this handle off. I found what often comes in handy is using the knife. Pop that off there. There we go. So then we have this plastic cup that comes off. This is plastic. The pot itself is aluminum. Then out comes a water bottle that has a cup on top of it. Pop the cup off. This is kind of a hard plastic water bottle. I think it's a liter capacity. All in all, not too bad of a water bottle. It definitely has that army surplus warehouse, whatever it is, type smell to it. I've had this thing for a year and I'm not sure that smell has decreased at all. So, you know, you definitely want to wash this thing out really well, and it's still going to have that weird smell to it. It's a pretty rigid, hard plastic, but if it's protected in this kit, I don't think there's any way it's going to break. Yeah, the cup that's on top of the water bottle is pretty small. I mean, I don't know how much you're going to drink out of this thing. Pretty small capacity. This bigger cup, you could definitely drink beverages out of this thing, no problem, or eat out of it. Now it does have that, just like the German style mess kits, you can take your little pot here with this big cup, fits together on there like that, so you can hold it and eat out of either side if you want to. Kind of helps balance it out. Now one thing that I heard another reviewer talk about that is nice about these the cups, and even the pot for that matter, is that they have these straight sides to them. So if you do have a water source that's very, very shallow, if you try to take like a round water bottle or a round pot and scoop water out, you have a really hard time because you barely get any of that round edge under where the water is. But with something that's flat like this, you can have an easier time getting at some of the water. So that is a benefit of the square shape with the straight sides. This pot, one thing that's great about it is it's very beefy aluminum, very thick. It's not necessarily the lightest weight aluminum pot in the world by any means, but it's pretty well indestructible. One definite downside in my mind with this pot is that it doesn't have a lid. And I don't think you'd want to try to stick the plastic cup on top of it, because who knows what's going to happen to the plastic. So at least as a standalone unit, there's nothing to put over this pot to help your water boil any faster. Which, you know, sometimes that's not that big of a deal. If you're just holding it over a fire, you might not be too worried about how long it takes to boil. But that's a downside to it. I'm not exactly crazy about this lip around here, and it's kind of crimped down that way the cup fits on top of it. It narrows that opening down just a little bit, not a whole lot, but when you're stirring things around, cooking in there, eating out of there, I'm not really too crazy about that, the way that's inset like that. So essentially, I mean, this is definitely kind of a neat, novel little Army surplus mess kit item. There's no doubt about that. And it's serviceable. I've cooked a thing or two in this pot. It works fine. It doesn't have a lid. It's a little smaller capacity than a lot of other mess kits, but it does work. I would say this, out of all the mess kits I have, if I was going to just take one mess kit with me on a trip, it wouldn't be this one. I find that a lot of the other mess kits are a lot more versatile, like the German style mess kit or the Swedish mess kits. The pot's bigger, frying pan lid / cup that you put over the top of it. I just find those a lot more versatile, a lot more useful. I mean, this one you can definitely eat out of it. You can definitely boil water, and you can definitely, you know, cook something in the pot and everything. It's just, you're just more limited in that regard. It does have a water bottle that fits in there all in the unit. That's nice. It has a couple of cups. That is nice. The cutlery set on this thing, I really think is a really nice addition to it. Especially this knife, this multi-purpose knife is pretty cool. So if you're going to go out and buy one mess kit, in my opinion, I would not buy this one. However, if you enjoy collecting military surplus gear, enjoy collecting mess kits, and enjoy collecting cook sets, I definitely would pick up one of these. I think you can order them for around 15 bucks or so. It is a cool, neat little unit, if not for just kind of a novelty type reason. But that's what I think. So to sum up, although it is a pretty neat item and it might be a good addition to your collection, if I'm going to go out and buy just one kit, it would not be this one. But outside of that, not a bad little setup.